Hey Scorpio, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of October 2024. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my tie-dye tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then Scorpio, I will close out your reading with a Halloween Oracle card. Now, I also want to remind you all that I go live usually twice a week. This week, I'm going to be going live more than twice because we're celebrating hitting 100K subscribers on the channel. So I want to thank you for that. But if this reading is not specific enough for you and you would like to ask me a question about your situation, please join me during my weekly live streams and you can do exactly that. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. Okay, here's the thing. A relationship actually improves your money situation in some way. Why? Because we got this Two of Cups. Now, you're working on a lot of things. You have a lot of irons in the fire, as indicated by these two cards here, that 10 of Wands, as well as that 7 of Cups. But this divine partnership, this divine union, actually helps you make money in some way. Whether it's maybe you being supported, maybe somebody gives you an idea, maybe somebody literally helps you make more money. But there's a relationship that up-levels your money game in some way. Now, what I'm also seeing too is like you're going to be working a lot as we move into October. Like work is just really going to be piling up for you. But this is not a bad thing. I think this is something that you actually want or maybe enjoy or maybe need, Scorpio, because the work is definitely coming your way. Now we do have that Wheel of Fortune card in the reverse. That means that things will change very, very quickly once you start doing the things that you are supposed to do as it relates to you with finances. Like I feel like some of you have a lot of goals and you've been slacking, but now you're kind of really focused and back on track. And then maybe you kind of feel like, you know, I feel like maybe it's time for me to not only try something different, but maybe just kind of change your perspective or change your perception of something. And doing that gives you a lot more clarity that you didn't have before, Scorpio, which means it kind of frees up your mental energy for you to focus more on making money. And that's what I feel like this is. There's a change of focus as it relates to you making money. And there's something where you're so much more driven, you're so much more ambitious, you're so much more disciplined in doing what needs to be done in order to make the money that you want to make. All right, whoa. Let's continue on and see what else shows up for Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2024. All right, so we got the Death card. This means that changes are happening. They're just happening very, very slowly. All right, and sometimes that's actually good because then you don't get overwhelmed. You know, your nervous system stays intact. All right, so you've got changes happening. Remember, you're making more money. You're getting support in a relationship that helps you make more money, either directly or indirectly. And so things are slowly starting to shift for you, shifting for the better. We also have the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. This means that be careful that you're not over giving. Sometimes we do that. Scorpios are very generous. Even though they have a very strong personality, Scorpios are very, very generous. Sometimes too generous, and that's what I'm seeing here. It's like you have to be careful not to give away too much, not only as it relates to, you know, physical things, but also don't give away too much of your time or attention or energy. Now, you're going to need to put a hold on future planning temporarily, but if you feel like now is the time to make decisions for your future, that's great. Now, the Hierophant and the Emperor, these are two cards of the divine masculine. All right, so there needs to be a lot of structure and systems in place in order for you to make money. Because what I'm getting with these two cards here is like you need a really solid plan and a very strong system, something that you can do like kind of on autopilot in order to keep the money coming in and to sustain whatever it is that you're doing. So you have a plan for your health, you have a plan for your business or your career, right? And you have things that you do every day, day in, day out, that keep you focused and keep you on track. That is going to keep the money consistently coming in. All right, Scorpio, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2024. What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? All right, Scorpio. So as we move into the second half of October, whoa, I'm getting that you need to trust yourself more. Look at, we've got more cards of the divine masculine here. We've got the Emperor and the King of Cups. All right, so you need to trust yourself more. Here's the thing, you're second guessing yourself a lot, Scorpio, and you need to understand that you know you better than anyone else. All right, so don't allow anyone to kind of infiltrate your thoughts or make you question what you're doing, because you know what's going to work for you right now. And if you stick with that, and if you keep pursuing that, and if you stay diligent with that, it will pay off. All right, so we got that Six of Wands. This is some unexpected attention coming your way. Again, I do believe this is something that you're going to be able to profit off of. This is where I said trust yourself here with this Five of Pentacles and then the Ace of Cups. Now this Moon card, the Moon card means that we may not have all of the information or all of what we need at the time, but that doesn't mean that we can't continue to take action and move forward. Right? Everything will be unveiled to you once you start taking action and once you keep going. Trust that you will have everything that you need when you need it, especially as it relates to finances. But I'm also picking up that this is a mindset card, these two here. Like, sometimes you sabotage yourself by thinking negatively, Scorpio, and that's a bad habit that you need to stop because it's getting in the way of you making the money that you want to make and having the experiences you want to have. Now, we also got that Three of Wands in the reverse. We got a repeater here. We got a repeater here. So remember, this is future planning on hold. You can probably start loosely planning once we hit the second half of October. But I'm also picking up, too, that you're going to have a change of plans. So you may not want to necessarily lock anything in permanently. All right, so that Emperor card, like I said, this is a card of the Divine Masculine, which means you need to have a solid plan in place. You need to have a system. You need to have structure, all right? So even if you just kind of start with a plan, a loose plan, and then tweak it as you go, that's going to be so helpful for you, especially as it relates to making money. So you're not just kind of spinning your wheels and doing all kinds of random things that don't make sense or things that don't pay off. All right, so what I am getting is that income producing activities is what you need to focus on, Scorpio. All right, IPA, income producing activities. All right, so we talked about the King of Cups. That's another card of the Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine. However, this is the card of emotional intelligence and emotional maturity. So when he shows up, this means that actually we have a good grasp on our emotions and we're not allowing our emotions to get in the way of us getting what we want, being logical or thoughtful or mindful even. All right, so this is a good card. It means you're in a good place mentally. Next up, we do have that Three of Cups. The Three of Cups in the reverse means that this is going to be a canceled plans of some sort. It could be an event, online or in person, but it looks like there's going to be some changes as it relates to that event. So the other thing I'm picking up is like you're going to run into somebody you don't expect. Now, how does this relate to money? This could be somebody that you kind of maybe cut off, or maybe somebody you didn't think you'd ever see again. But now that you run into them, you're like, oh, wow, let's talk, let's connect, let's discuss business, or let's figure something out. That's what I'm getting with this card that happens towards the end of the month. Now we also have the Five of Wands. That means communication is going to be strained towards the end of the month. I feel like this is part of this relationship card here. So remember, we talked about somebody who's going to be very supportive in you making money, but you're going to have some communication stuff that you guys need to talk out towards the end of the month. It's not going to be anything catastrophic, but you know, sometimes you just need to make sure you're on the same page. Four of Swords, that's a card of you being proactive, taking as much action as you possibly can without overburdening yourself in any way. We also have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. This means somebody makes a promise and they don't follow through. Now, this may not necessarily be an issue because I think this is somebody you know maybe not have been that reliable anyway. So at least they kind of eliminate themselves from the equation. All right, because you're trying to make moves here, Scorpio. You're trying to do big things and you can't have, you know, people who waste your time or who make promises and don't follow through, or people who are just downright flaky. All right, and that's what I'm getting here. But all is not lost. Do not worry, Scorpio, because we're closing out the month with that Wheel of Fortune, one of my favorite cards, because that's the card of unexpected good luck. Yes, this is things really happening in a profoundly positive way for you. Success, suddenly. Being in the right place at the right time, connecting with the right people, having the right conversations. Whatever good that can come out of the blue, this card indicates it's totally going to happen and it's entirely possible. All right, so like I said, Scorpio, you got some support, you've got connections, you've got things happening as it relates to your relationships and as that relates to your money. All right, so I think probably the overall theme here of your reading is to nurture your relationships, because that in turn will unlock the flow of abundance, prosperity, all the things as well. And I know sometimes it doesn't make sense, but sometimes that's how things happen. I know it's happened for me in my life. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Halloween oracle card. All right, the card you got is Skull of Stars. This is a great card. Look, infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. All right. Now, this definitely resonates with your reading because we kind of discussed this with this Seven of Cups earlier. Oh, and I just realized Wheel of Fortune here, Wheel of Fortune here. Remember, things just happening out of the blue. Random success. Things just kind of falling into place when you didn't think they would. All right, the possibilities truly are infinite. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down in the comments below. And if you'd like to join me for a live tarot Q&A session, please make sure you join me on my next live stream. All right, Scorpio, thanks so much. We'll do this all again next month.